Hi, this is Nurse Angie of Nurse Angie's Reviews and Adventures. Today we're at the Dille Cemetery, and we are actually with the owners of the cemetery. And they gave us permission to come up here. And due to getting up here, they're unable to get a lawnmower up here. This is David. He is the owner's grandfather. He fought in the Civil War. And as you can see, he died in June 30th, 1864. And this is his grandmother. Kids have come up here and knocked headstones off. Here is a headstone here. And the kids put the base over there. As you can see, the distance. He does have a website with family information on it, which I will include in the description. Samuel Dille fought in the Revolutionary War. He was born in 1753 and died 1829.
You have to rub dirt.
And then this nice lady here is actually cleaning off some of the headstones so you all could see them. And you see where some of them have fallen. They actually do care about this cemetery, but due to age and condition, they are unable to get a lawnmower up here.
Put that stone up in 55. I got a picture of dedication with the Dayton Daily News was here. And it started growing into the tree. I was just telling, is it Harold, is it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My grandfather wanted to move it because the tree was taking over, and Dille said, no, we want it to grow in together. That's nature. The tree's protecting the stone. It's held up. They can't knock it down. So what they did, that used to be about this, whoops, I'm sorry. It used to be about 14 inches taller. They broke it off. The kids did. So I don't know if they're trying to get, oh, and the other thing that I find, oh, go ahead, I won't get you way there. On the other side, in 55, is the women's auxiliary came out and they paid for it. But, oh, here it is. They put this down. That's the Revolutionary War soldiers. The only thing is, where that flag is, there used to be a bronze thing that came up about this tall, and it was about this wide, and explained about him. Somebody took it, I don't know where it's at now. If it ain't screwed down or anchored down, it's gone. Kids, I guess. Now, there is several stones over here. This family here, they were filming the last time we were here. Oh, here it is. Good grief, that ground's kind of creeping on us, ain't it? This here should be, let's see. We really need to clean these stones up so they can be red. Bollinger, I think is their name. Let me see something. Now they used to stand up, but that's not anymore. Look like a base. And believe it or not, we used to have headstones and footstones in here.
Ah.
The footstones started disappearing after a while too. The last person buried here is my great-great-grandfather. He was buried here in 1880, and that was the last burial. The Dilleys no longer, after 1864, they started burying their family in Woodland. So they were gone. They left their house, abandoned it, and they took off. So my family, the Peculiar family, they just lived just over that hill. And they took care of the cemetery for a long time. The city took over at Riverside in 1950-something, and when they became a city of Riverside, they sent me a letter, and Mr. Dille a letter registered, saying that they would no longer take care of the cemetery. They used to cut the grass for me.
Okay.
But they quit. They used to come up here and actually take their lunch break 2 hours, and they'd sunbathe and all that, the guys. But yeah, they weren't allowed to do it anymore. Well, this tree, I think, well, it was dead already, but I think that must have fallen at least a year or two ago. You think?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, the cemetery land actually stops right over there. There's a post. It goes across that driveway 22 feet. And then it goes all the way down there 89 feet. So that's how big it is.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is an old ash tree.
Right where it says it says.
Well, I'll tell you what, that would fall. I'd kid.
Or, yeah, and if you try to find the historical
Now,
marker,
did
you
you-
get to it.
Did you find those cemetery stones that we laid out on the ground? There's like 30 of them.
No, we did not.
At least if I'm there.
Yeah.
David,
What?
what's this one?
That's Billy.
That's the Dille?
That's Samuel's wife. Well, there's these three here, just like our three over there. They're the ones who came here in 1828. Well, this is John Dille. That's his son. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. This is Jane Dille's cemetery stone sheet. It says Jane, wife of John Dille.
Then who is this? Do you
There's
remember?
one here too.
Not getting anybody's faces on there.
I need shaving cream.
Well, that's how we used to read them.
Yeah.
The only thing is you got to wash it off because shaving cream eats into the
Yeah.
stone.
Sometimes we can use lights and get a shadow on the
We
date.
tried out. Oh, now that I never thought about
Good
that.
idea.
Yeah, it'll cast a shadow on the text.
What is this up here? What's this say?
That's where it broke off.
1858, September 2nd, aged 49 years.
That's
Of course,
about
that
average, then.
beautiful texture, you'd have to scrub that out to read it, but
Yeah.
I've always loved stones like this because just the work that they put into making some of these is...
Well, John Dille
Was
came
there a
here
name on
with my family first,
O.S.
and then the Civil War soldiers came out maybe 6 months to a year later.
No, that's a date. So that was, I think, the date born, 1800, October something, 1800, and September 21st, 1858. Aged 49 years, so that's correct. So up here would be, it may be missing.
Well, it's probably laying somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Who knows?
This is why when I'm doing this, I always carry a light, because I can
Yeah, I should think of
kind of
that.
angle it like that, and that'll give me my...
Hell, sure bring it out.
We learned this from another YouTuber who does cemeteries too.
Oh. You learned about this one?
No, about the use
Oh,
of
how
the
to do
light.
that?
Yeah.
Try not to step on any stones here.
Well, shaving cream, of course you got to bring a squeegee. We got a little bucket with all of our tools in it. We used to go actually take pictures of cemetery stones all around and put them on Find a Grave. That was,
Uh-huh.
so we've done that for
I'm
years.
just going to make a little video of how that light trick works on that.
Yeah, boy, that just brings it right out.
Exactly. Can't zero it, and there it is.
I don't remember that.
There are no other stones that way. There is.
What's all these stones? This is fascinating up here. Really appreciate you guys taking us up here.
Oh,
This
no
is
problem.
fascinating up here. And I know Angie was really...
How did you find out about it?
Find a grave.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a website called Find a Grave, and
Yeah,
it pinpoints this, but it just shows it in the middle of the woods, which it is. But, you know, and that's how people can find them, is through that. And no doubt we're not the only ones. There's some people that have photographed this on Find a Grave, but they only got partials or...
Oh, really?
He's one of them.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got it on my website. There we are. There you go. They're like, the kids used to pick them up, keep hitting them until they got them down to pieces like that. We tried putting them back together, but
There's writing on it.
there's stones all over here laying flat, and they're not very big. Oh, please, if I bend down, I won't be able to get up. Could be more out there. Oh, yeah.
Remember who this is?
Yeah, they're out here. We need to try to pay somebody. Who's that? Can't see. Oh,
Isaac?
no, it says the son of Isaac and,
Peculiar.
yeah. That's one of the kids.
Now this is the same Dille family that's in Sugar Creek.
Yes, yes. Well, they're descendants, yes.
Okay.
Charles Dille, he's my third cousin, twice removed. One of my, this happened before they came here. One of my peculiar family daughters married into his family. So actually I wasn't related to them, but I was related to their kids because the Dille bloodline run through us. Yeah, once that's clean, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get in front of you here. That stone there cleaned up pretty nice one time. What
The old flag and rifle up there.
Yes,
For the,
yes, Civil War rifle. He died at Camp Denison. He was taken there, and I got a letter that they sent my great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather, told him to come and pick up his body. He passed away at Camp Denison. So they drove a buggy all the way to Cincinnati, got his body, brought it back here, buried him, and the family paid for the stone.
mother deer.
Yeah, I've got their inscriptions on my website of all of them.
Yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Yeah, I found your website. I'll have
Oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah, we're going
Mark some
to
of the
include your website in the description.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you're okay with that.
Well, sure. We've never closed this off to the public. Never. That's why when you said it said no trespassing, I went, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that. No, they can do it up there. That's their.
David, do you know who the Black is?
Yes. Matthew Black, is it?
His first name's not here. It's
I think it's Matthew Black. He married one of the peculiar girls. And he died not too long after they got here. Same way with Elijah. Oh man. Hate being old. Brain don't work right. You know, and then I think about it, and we'll be walking down the hill and boom, it hits me. I'll remember it.
It was just taking off walking.
Yep, that's part of the stone somewhere. I'll just stick it in there. I don't know how much these would cost back in 1864, but the base seemed like, I don't know where they got it.
It's just
Didn't they
the-
have a place up near Columbus or Vandalia or someplace that done things like this? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount of work to go into quarry it, shape
Oh
it,
yeah, and bring it down on a
then
wagon.
use this to it by hand with all the tools. I mean, they were like leather workers with their leather working tools, except this was stone. And,
to engrave it, you mean? Yeah.
oh goodness, I mean, all the hand etching that
Yeah.
went into that.
That little circle around there, first name, yeah, it's a.
Like the rifle with the flag. I wonder if I can count the stars on that.
Oh really? Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Let's see how many stars there are. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That was the original flag, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, yeah. Now, Emmeline married a
Flagpole.
guy named George North,
So
and they lived just on the other side of that hill. They got 3 kids that died young age. Now that's their 12-year-old son or 16-year-old son that died here. And I got a call. There used to be the original one too. Where the original stone is, I don't know. That's the base. But somebody, but I don't know, it was in the 70s, had this erected. It should say, yeah, CW and E, Elizabeth, that's Jr. She is actually my great-great aunt, yes. Let's see, he was 16, right. I don't know when he died from. I got some paperwork on that somewhere. I've got an extra piece of paper in there that shows the cemetery, how it was laid out back in 1952. And it shows that driveway right where it goes through there, so you can see it's actually in the cemetery. If you want a copy of it, I'll give it to you.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, kind of gives you a little bit fresh. There's supposed to be another one besides that one. Be careful you don't trip. Oh, I was telling you about the gate. Let me see if I can show you. Wow. I don't see it. It's right before you get to that tree.
That's a lot of backpacking.
So be careful.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of backpacking.
Yeah.
Used to do a lot
Luckily,
of,
we haven't run into any animals. I mean, once in a while, I see a raccoon up here. But,
oh, hunting stuff, taking over the work.
it's all it was 10 years ago was the frame of the gate and something was holding it up, but it was really rusted to the point you couldn't even swing it. The hinges were frozen shut and rust.
Oh, I think I found it, yeah.
I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
He found it.
Oh, okay. And they used to have a path that went down that hill, and that was another parking area where they used to come here every Thanksgiving. Yeah, this would be nice. I guess none of these trees here you could see for a long way. That's what they did back in them days. They put cemeteries high on a hill, like they're going to be able to see their dead. You know. Another ash.
Also, seashells back here.
Really?
Yeah, there's a scallop shell back here.
Well, that time that finally got Mr. Dille's son, Murphy, to come up here and help me do some work on one of the trees that fell. He went back here to do his business, and he goes, hollers to him, I think I might have told you, I don't know. He said, call 911. I said, why? What? He said, there's marijuana plants all over here. And I said, how do you know if it's marijuana? He said, I'm a school teacher, I know. So we called the cops, they came out, 2 of them went back there and removed all the plants. So I don't know whose plants they were. It weren't mine. I didn't even know what they looked like. Another one. That's the bad part about cutting that.
You don't know
Like
where the
this-
fallen stones are.
I've had blades on my lawnmower that actually bent backwards on the tip from hitting them. And I don't want to damage the stone. Even the bases are pretty stiff. I don't remember that one being built in half.
Yeah.
Can you take a quick video of that?
One thing.
Alright, this is Harold jumping in for Angie real quick. I had to take a walk in the woods. So these are some of the old property line or cemetery foundation. Well, not the foundation, but for the gates. And this is really cool. Scallops don't come from Ohio, kids. Really cool. And then the other one's over here. You can kind of see it there. More peculiar, and you can see how this looks now. This is old. This is this. But try to get some light on it. There's some pictures of it, but the boulder appears to have been painted over time. Oh yeah, a lot of history here, folks. Really, really, really interesting place.